Hello, lovely sim racers. How are you? I am Constantinos, and this is Lovely Sim Racing. And tonight, I'm joining you to recoup what went wrong on my last stream. For those that did join on Thursday's stream, there was a massive hardware failure throughout my system. So I was demoing the new features, stuff that, like, actually no, I wasn't even demoing. I had a question in the chat regarding all the integration with the Ascher Racing steering wheel, and suddenly everything stopped working. There was a lot of on and off with Ascher Racing and Martin himself and other members of Discord, and eventually it had nothing to do with the steering wheel, absolutely nothing. It has to do with how the steering wheel connects. So that's something they're looking into. Okay. It has to do something the way the wheel connects to the computer. So there's either USB 2, USB 3. USB 2 seems to be the most preferred way instead of USB 3. The most important thing is it needs to be on a powered hub. Now, I already had it on my powered hub. My powered hub suffered the failure. At which point one of its ports, the one that the wheel was on, actually had an issue. And then what happened is, during the stream, I tried to plug it in various other ports and whatnot, but essentially I was using an extension cable, not the extension cable that came with the wheel. It was just an extension cable I had for my USB. And it never occurred to me to not use that extension cable to plug the wheel directly in the PC. I never did that. So during the stream, it never came back to life. After the stream, actually not even after the stream, I was too busy after the stream. I didn't do anything on Friday. Saturday morning, where I had the day to myself, I just came up to my rig, I unplugged everything, and plugged the wheel directly on a PC, and everything was working. There was actually no problem. So basically, that was it. And in fact, for the first time on Saturday morning, I actually took a look at my USB hub. And it has little LED lights on it, and the port that the extension cable was in that led to my Ascher Racing steering wheel was off. So I'm just assuming it was a blown port or something. It happens. These things happen. I actually got a new one. So I got this one. It came in today. I haven't even installed it yet. This is the one that I'm using. I have two of these already, so this is my third one. But I will be removing... Actually, the other one, I'm probably going to use it on another computer. It's still okay. It's just that one missing port. And, yeah, I mean, this is the latest version. As far as I know, this is the UH720. If you look it up, it's got 7 ports plus 2 smart charging ports, whatever those are, with they're more powerful basically. They're 2.4 amp ports, which I'll probably be using for the steering wheel because I want it to have more power. But anyway, I haven't even opened it up yet. It's really sleek design. I kind of like these. Anyway, they never failed, but for some reason they did at once, live on stream, of course, because that's what they do, live on stream while you're trying to give a demonstration. DIY Sim Guy, don't they have the inline USB power cables? Inline power cables? I don't know. I've actually no, I don't. To be honest, I don't. I would always suggest, because Vocore, all these steering wheels have Vocore. Like unless it's something very specific. Like out of all my DDUs, everything's a Vocore except the Turn Racing, which have their own technology. So everything you have, it'll like 99% it'll be a Vocore. Any recent one, because they're older, technologies. But anything you buy now is a Vocore essentially. Vocore needs power. So even on my DDU, even on my steering wheel, if there's a massive surge of power during a race, for instance, if I get hit and the direct drive just spikes the force feedback and obviously the energy it consumes, then there's a massive drop coming from the PC. Even though I'm using a USB hub, I'm assuming the data might be affected, and sometimes my DDU just tears. And you may have seen it where the DDU just either skips and it's like the half part and the other half is on the bottom side or left and right. It happens, and these are power issues. Not there is a power issue with the actual Vocore. It's just that there was a drop in power, the signal messed up, and then it's like that. You have to turn it off and on again. Nothing that a quick reboot won't solve. That's why I always say it's great if your DDU has a switch on it, because while you're racing, you cannot take the USB out and plug it in and off again. So just a switch would be great. But it is something that happens. So I always recommend any screen, any DDU steering wheel that has a screen on it, always plug it into a powered USB hub. And if possible, if it's something like the Ascher Artura, which is kind of not sensitive, it is the hub. Like if you're racing, you don't want anything to happen to your steering wheel. So I would suggest you put it on a powered hub and have a lot less things on it. So right now, I'm not going to remove my old hub. I was thinking maybe I'll use it somewhere else, but I don't actually need it anywhere else. So what I will do, I'm going to use this new hub. I'm going to put the Ascher Racing wheel on it, and I'm going to leave the old hub with everything else on it. So I'm going to split these things up. So I will have 3 powered hubs. One will be from the streaming PC that controls like all the cameras and some other stuff. That's like there's a Stream Deck, this iPad, anything that doesn't have to do with the gaming PC. And then the gaming PC will have 2 USB hubs. One, my old one that actually has a burnt port, a blown port on it, which will be powering the 2 Vocore screens that I have. And the third one, the new one, which will be for the Ascher Racing. So I'm going to try and minimize anything else on that hub. These things need power. We just have to deal with it, honestly. It's I don't think there's anything wrong with it needing power. We just need to deal with it, to be honest. All right. I hope you guys are all good. This is the first stream of the week. I will be streaming all 3 days this week. I haven't done any racing. Absolutely zero. Like I haven't raced in, I don't know, a couple of weeks, and I miss it. I miss it dearly. So this week I will be racing. I don't know. There's a Zolder on LFM that I've seen. I've had really good races in Zolder and really bad races in Zolder. It is one of those tricky tracks. It's got that chicane that can kill you. And if it doesn't kill you, it might kill someone else who will kill you in the end. But anyway, but for today, we will be looking, like, I won't be racing today. Today, I just want to do, I don't know how long the stream will be. I just wanted to do a complete walkthrough of the new features of the Lovely Dashboard 2.7. Not all the features. Lovely Dashboard 2.7 coming this Friday for the Ascher Racing steering wheels. It is important. I know the steering wheel, not many of you have that. It's not going to be a mass steering wheel. Like I don't know how many people actually have the steering wheel, but it is important because this acts as how do I call it? It serves as a description of what the Lovely dashboard will become. So this is the first ever manufacturer supported steering wheel in the Lovely dashboard. That sounds a bit more serious than it is actually, but it's just that the manufacturer and myself have sat on a table, we've discussed and we agreed on a few things, how the steering wheel should work and a few things it should be doing. That's why there's also a firmware update for the steering wheel. And basically the Lovely dashboard now listens to the steering wheel and does a few things for this steering wheel. This basically does a few things. First off, you obviously can do a few settings on the steering wheel without needing to switch out and use their dashboard or use the essentially their software. So you don't need any of that. You can do it directly on your steering wheel using the Lovely dashboard, which is kind of important because if you're already using the Lovely dashboard, there's no need for you to open up software now or swap the dashboard for their dashboard, for the Ascher Racing dashboard to do these settings. So that's one aspect. So it's basically just consolidating all of these things that we have and use into something that's already there. So if you're already using the Lovely dashboard, you can use it. And the second thing is the Ascher Racing steering wheel has some really nice features, specifically the radial dials. And that's the radial dials are the things that I wanted to show last time and everything went completely bonkers. But I will be showing them tonight. And the reason I want to do this one video that has everything in it is because on Saturday, Jörg Behrens, the guy that developed the original configurator, finally found some time, sat down, we updated the configurator, and now the configurator also includes the Ascher Racing manufacturer supported labels, which means if you own any Ascher Racing steering wheel that has the radial dials, Artura series that has the radial dials, you can now use the configurator, the Lovely dashboard configurator, and you can add those labels in the configuration file, which means, and this is what I'll show you, when you turn the dials, the Lovely dashboard will show up, will show you what exactly you have selected on the dial. So you don't need to look down on your steering wheel, it will be right there in the dashboard. So that's been done as well. So it'll just be an all-around video on how everything works. Robin, how you doing? Hey, you guys are having like races now? What am I missing? What am I missing? I'm sorry, man. I had to bail on your on the Warrior series. It was just not working out for me. It was too late. But I do watch when I can. You were sick. How are you, man? Robin, I hope you're feeling well. I hope you're feeling well. All right. So we need to start. What should I start with? There are two things we'll be showing. The first one is the dials and the configuration for the Ascher Racing steering wheel and how they work, how they function in the actual dashboard. And the second one is the settings, basically, how they integrate with the Lovely dashboard. You've already seen me. I already made a video with these things. I'm just thinking if you guys want, I can do it a repeat. But I will be showing the radial dials now because the last stream everything went completely wrong, and I just want to get this out there. Just put it out there because any questions. I also have, which is kind of important, a list of what steering wheels are supported. So I'll be looking at those as well. Other than that, what has happened? What has happened since last week? Oh, a Greek team won the Final Four of the European Championship in basketball, if anyone's following. Charles Leclerc won his home race. What else important happened? IndyCar, Pato Award. Oh my God, that was heartbreaking. Well, you know, Baumgartner won, if I'm correct, but that was so heartbreaking for Pato, leading and losing it like that on the last turn. But I mean, And we don't get IndyCar here. I don't have a way to see it, and there's nothing online for me to see it, which kind of sucks, unless someone knows and tells me, because I'm missing these awesome races. Hey, Robin says, Bongo World Series starts tonight. Much better now. Most of the household went done with a big. It was like a horror movie. Oh my god. Yeah, I saw your posts. Hopefully everyone is fine now. And good luck with the World Series. That sounds so exciting. I need to get some racing in. I have not raced at all. It is what it is, but it is also sad. All this all the push for the release 2.7 this Friday has me writing a lot of documentation on GitHub, preparing all the dashboards because everything has to be tested and made sure that they work. And of course, the day I release it, we'll find like a ton of bugs, as you should, as it should actually. Stickers, they're also progressing. So I've created, so far for the store, we'll have the Ascher Racing radial dial stickers. I also created an extension kit. So if you already are using the Ascher Racing steering wheel and the stickers that came with it, I will be releasing an extension kit, stickers that are exactly the same colors and size and shape as the Ascher Racing steering wheels kit that are for the lovely dashboard. Thanks for the coffee, man. Oh, thank you for the coffee, man. And welcome to the 2 new members I see in the chat. Welcome, guys. So that's going to be on the shop, and it also will come in a bundle, so you can, if you buy them both, it'll be a better price. And I've also started working on the SimMagic stickers. I'm kind of confused in what I'll do with those because it doesn't have too many features, like, you know, as the Ascher Racing stuff. But I want to basically just create. The idea is I want to create the exact replicas sticker of the SimMagic steering wheel, but the stickers will be specific to the lovely dashboard. So you will have, you know, TDM, and it will also have ABS and stuff like that with the color scheme of the lovely dashboard. But they will be specific to the SimMagic GT Neo and the lovely dashboard. And then I will be creating stickers for more. So that'll be like one of the things that I will be doing and putting them on the store. And the store is coming. The store URL is, well, it's there now. It's store.lsr.gg, but it is closed. It's still not open. I'm doing some final tweaks, and hopefully that'll open up by the end of the month as well. And you'll be able to get new merch and sticker sheets and accessories and everything basically. It'll be it's a nice store. It's shaping up to be a nice store. Hey, welcome to the lovely members, Benjamin. All right, let's get to it. Let's get this thing started. Let me start off. So the first thing we'll be looking at. Okay. Starting. Clap. The first thing we'll be looking at today is the radial dial Ascher Racing integration. So how do we get the radial dials from the Ascher Racing steering wheel into the lovely dashboard? And with the new configurator that was released on Saturday, how you can change these labels and why you need to change these labels. Of course, this is for anyone that's using an Ascher Racing steering wheel. Specifically, let me look at my list of compatibility. So the rotary dial function is available on all Ascher Racing steering wheels that have rotary dials, except the F64 USB. The reason for that, if you're wondering, is because the F64 USB does not have the ability to send these signals, so we know what's going on. It just cannot. So again, the radial dials, which we'll be looking at tonight, are supported by all Ascher Racing steering wheels that do have the radial dials. So if you're looking at the, I think it's the GT4, it doesn't have radial dials, or it doesn't have any buttons, you can't use it there. Any Ascher Racing steering wheel that has rotary dials will be supported with the following feature. So let me switch over to this screen here. Let me pull up a few things because it's important for you guys to be able to see everything the way it should. Actually, I will be using this screen as well. Yeah, I think this is better. This is better. Let me get rid of this. So, starting off, let me show you what this thing is about as a recap, and then I'll show you how you can customize it. So let me turn on a replay. So we've got a replay, and you will be focusing on the dashboard and the steering wheel. So just so you guys can see, steering wheel is over here. These are the two rotary dials that we will be focusing on, and by turning them, what do we see? Okay, and what we'll be seeing is what is displayed in the actual dashboard. Now, going back to the wide view, nothing is currently displayed on the dashboard. This is by it's how it works, the whole the scripts. So right now, this is I just launched SimHub. I have a replay running, so this could have been your race essentially, but there's no indication on where this is actually set, right? So these stickers are one of the stickers you can actually buy in the store when it's launched. But right now, just so you know, I have it turned to traction control, but you can't see anything. So what you need to do the first time you launch SimHub, and this is important since nothing is showing there, you need to either turn this and nothing is actually happening. Hope it's not going to crash. And these two buttons are basically controlled by this radial dial. As you can see, nothing is currently showing up, right? So you're probably thinking something's wrong. No, nothing's wrong. The two buttons that this radial dial controls are up here. So these buttons change function depending on where this is positioned. But in order the dashboard to know what's going on, you need to hit one of these buttons. So when I hit one of these buttons, it shows up. Let me zoom in so you guys can actually see. You can see that it says init. So now it has been initialized. But now, whenever I turn this dial, you will see that the label is changing. So what this is showing me is, let me just get into the wheel really quick. As you can see, there's TC2, ABS, map ERS, what's this? Front ARB, rear ARB. Now if I go here and I turn the dial, you'll see that it lets me know what position that switch is in. So as I turn this, now it's going to go to ABS. Okay. It changes everything. So I know just by, as I'm driving, I know just by glancing at my dashboard, I know what position the left radial dial is in. Now, as I said, and you may know, this is the modifier version. So this radial dial now controls the function of these two buttons over here. So as I'm driving right now, these two buttons control traction control. I switch it, traction control 2, or cut, or whatever it's called. Doesn't really matter. Now it's controlling the ABS. So literally these buttons over here now, plus and minus, if I go up and down, they will be controlling the ABS. They won't do anything now because this is a replay, but that's how it works. But since this is just, these are just two buttons that send a signal from the steering wheel, and that number, the signal, the button press changes depending on the position that it's in, I can use this for an assortment of things, not just for the car. So, you know, I do have, you know, brake balance here, traction control, and all these things are related to the car. I can also have it for camera. So these two will change the camera in my car. I can also use it for force feedback. So these two now will increase or decrease the gain on my force feedback while I'm driving. It could also have the volume. And of course, you can also change the MFM. So for instance, now that I switch to MFM, the left button controls the MFM and the right one controls the right MFM. Of course, I've got more buttons. I don't use this specifically for this. But I also have this, my joystick controlling the MFMs, but you can also have it for this. So it gives you so many options and features with this new radial dial. And of course, you can also do the same exact thing for the right radial dial. But as you may have noticed, I have a different sticker here. This one over here just has positions, and it's green, and green means it's a map. Right? So in my dashboard and in the lovely dashboard, basically, green is map. Everything is color-coded the same exact way. So if you noticed, you know, traction control TC cut is blue, ABS is yellow, bias is red, map is green. So they have the same color coding throughout everything that exists. Lovely dashboard ecosystem. So the right dial for me is just direct input for map. So if I'm on 1, I can switch to 4 and it's map 4. So it's an easy way to do that. Of course, you can make this into a modifier and control another set of buttons. So depending on where this is, I can say in the Ascher Racing Control Center. So the right dial controls buttons 4 and 10 as they're labeled, or the right dial controls this rotary over here, or the right dial controls this rotary over here, or this one, or this one. So you have an option of controlling various parts of the steering wheel depending on the position of the radial dial. Now, further, taking this integration further and deeper is the fact that right now, and up until Saturday, these labels were fixed. I had put these in the default settings of the dashboard. Ignition off. Let's go back for the replay. Let's stop it. So I put these were the default values, but you don't want to have the same thing. It's the reason I'm creating these new stickers. So the stickers, you will be able to create your own radial dial. The color coding will be the same, but you can change whatever. Like there's bias, BB, BBAL, migration. You can add anything. And obviously the position, you want to change the label that's on displaying. All right, and that's where the configurator comes into play. So let me pull up the configurator and switch over to this thing over here. So now, if you haven't used the configurator, there is a video on my YouTube for the configurator. You can go through that. But today we'll be looking at a very specific part of the configurator, which is the brand new manufacturer support part, whatever you want to call it. So let's start a new file, and then I'll load mine. If we start a new file, we have all the settings as you already have seen, and per sim settings. But if you go all the way down, now there's the Ascher Racing, and in here, now every manufacturer, they won't be the same. So Ascher Racing has left dial and right dial. These are labels. Grey Wolf will have a different one because it will be coming. And any other like supported manufacturer will have their own panel with whatever options are available for their steering wheel. So for Ascher Racing, for instance, you can control the left dial labels. This is for position 1 all the way through 12. And then for the right dial, again, you can control the labels that show. So anything you have in here will literally be the label that shows on the screen. And let me zoom in. Perfect. So anything you put in here, anything, these aren't fixed. These are strings, and they have a maximum input of 8 characters, I think. So you can change anything in there. All right. So let me do something. Let me pull in my current configuration, and let's see what I have there. So if you already have a configuration file and you don't want to lose everything you have, you don't need to lose anything. You just go, choose file, and you go all the way into your system, which configuration file lives in the JavaScript extension folder in SimHub. So you go to program files, you find your SimHub folder, you can see it, yes, and JavaScript extensions. And this is where you would have the dashboard settings. So you open this file and you upload it. And here are all my settings, the current ones that I have on my steering wheel. What we want to do is we want to go all the way down to the manufacturer support. All right, and these are currently the labels that I am using on my dashboard, everything here. And you will notice that I have a few defaults for the right one. So there's display, fan, shaker, page, game volume, spotter volume, chat volume, B-box, all these. I don't actually use these, right? I put them in here because they are the defaults, because I want to show them to you. So what happens is this already exists in my dashboard, in my settings file, but it doesn't show up yet because the right dial is not a modifier, and I will show you how you do that as well. And there's some other stuff that Martin Ascher uses, pit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Honestly, I don't know, but I think it's a strategy for pit stops. So if you put it on pit 1, 2, then the buttons is 1 and 2 strategy. You can basically, these are like macro triggers. Basically, if you switch it to 1, 2, and we'll see how it displays the message on screen. But if you switch it to 1, 2, then one button is pit 1, the other one is pit 2, so you can have different strategies, and you have to know these things by heart. So what's pit 1, what's pit 2, but I don't know, I digress. You can put anything you want in these labels. All right, so this already exists in my settings file. As you saw, this is where we started. So let me pull up the Ascher Racing, where is it, the software, and show you how you change it. Give me a second, let me pull it up. I should have opened this beforehand, but it's fine. Alright, so here's the steering wheel and the software for the steering wheel. Beautiful. You go into the steering wheel and all the way down over here. I know I've shown these before, but now it's complete with the configurator. And you can see my left dial, it controls buttons 3 and 9. And if you don't know what these are, if you go over here, 3 and 9, these are the buttons that the left dial controls. So depending on the position of the left dial, these two buttons change in functionality. Now what I want to do here is the right dial, I want it to be controlling button 4 and 10. And if you don't know, you go back here. 4 and 10 are these two buttons over here, left and right. Okay? So button 4 and 10, always, you can't see it right now because my face is there, but you have to hit this button right configuration. Basically, when you do that, it uploads these instructions to the steering wheel. And when it goes off, it's done. So now, this thing over here has been updated and now controls the buttons 4 and 10. Actually, let me switch over to POV. So I don't know, I think I may need to... I already had the settings file, so I don't think I need to restart SimHub. I shouldn't. But if I hit any of these two buttons, then this should initialize. There it is. Again, previously, as we saw it before, it says init. And now, if I turn the right dial, you can see the labels that I already had. And in a position. So this is position 1, fan, everything. And now you know that, as you can see in the DDU, the left dial controls traction control 2, and the right dial now controls my shaker. Base shaker, whatever. It could be display, it could be anything. And in fact, because you have these on your dashboard, you don't need to have any labels. So this says 12 here, right? So if I switch it over to 12, I know it's pit strategy 1 and 2. So now I also know that because it's in pit strategy 1, 2, this one is 1, this one is 2. Of course, you need to map these buttons again. Okay, you need to map them to whatever you want them to do, but the fact that changing the position of the rotary dial changes the output of these buttons gives you so many options. Literally, these two buttons here and these two buttons here change to 12 positions here, so that's 24 buttons, and another 24 buttons on this end, just by using these 4 buttons and these 2 dials. So it kind of just expands the whole experience of what you can do, and just consider what you can do. And that is basically how this new feature works, and including, sorry, wrong button, including the new configurator where you can change all the labels. And that's the first bit. Now, we also, I don't know if you guys have seen it. If you want me, I can just walk you through the rest of the updates that are coming in 2.7, which are basically just the settings of the actual steering wheel using the lovely dashboard. So I'll just run through these really quick. Alongside everything else that we've put into the new lovely dashboard 2.7 that's coming this Friday, it also has manufacturer support as far as the actual steering wheel itself. So this means that a few things that you had to do using the software, you no longer need to do that. So one of the things you can do is calibrate the clutch. So left calibration, you hit these 2 buttons over here. The dashboard goes into calibration mode, and you pull it all the way, let go, it's calibrated. And the same thing goes for the right paddle. You pull it all the way, it's calibrated. You can also set your bite point if you want to. So holding this button goes into bite point mode, and you can see that the graphics do change on a DDU. It shows you your steering wheel. And now if I pull in my left slave clutch, I can just, based on the instructions I have here, I can rotate the left funky switch, and you can see that the byte point goes up and down by 1 full percentage, and the right one goes down by 0.1 up and down. And if I zoom in, you'll see the instructions are right there. So it's 1 and 0.1. And when I'm done and I'm happy, I let go of everything, right? And I just hold this down. Again, instructions are on the actual DDU, on the Lovely dashboard. And the final thing you can do is basically just clicking these two buttons at any point in time, clicking these two buttons, you can change the output of the paddles in the back. This stays on the screen for 10 seconds. So if I don't do anything for the next 3 seconds, 2, 1, it will go away. But let me zoom in on the dashboard. If I go into this mode, you'll see that it says tap to set analog input mode, which is the button over here. You can't see, but you can see which button it is. When I tap on it, it changes the actual input of the two paddles. Let me go into this mode. As I said, 10 seconds and it goes out. So I can go from throttle brake, slave and master, or master and slave. And if I hit one more time, it lets me know that nothing can be saved. It needs to start over. Essentially, it doesn't loop around. It starts with throttle brake, slave, master, master and slave. And then if you hit one more, it stops. It basically, you need to let it either exit. You need to either exit the mode or let it exit itself, and then you have to redo it. And if you want to save any of these things, you have to go into the mode. I have it slave and master. And then all you need to do is just hit these buttons, hold them down, and now it's been saved. So 3 functions, 3 features of the Ascher Racing steering wheel that have been built into the Lovely dashboard basically save you the time of needing to open up the software to do these things. You can do them directly through the Lovely dashboard, which I think is a good thing. I think so. And again, as I said, this is kind of like a new era for the Lovely dashboard because it's basically a beginning. Hopefully more manufacturers will join. The next one joining is Grey Wolf Technologies with their new GWT01. We will be adding, and again, every manufacturer will have different features. Ascher Racing has this. I think byte point will be the most common one. So on the Grey Wolf, you will be setting byte point, but you also will be able to set their, well, set at least control on-off state and playback mode for their launch control system that they have. But I have not seen it yet, and I don't have it in my hands yet, so I don't know the exact experience, but we'll figure it out once I have that. And hopefully there will be more steering wheel manufacturers that, and this is important. Like, this is something that adds value when the steering wheel has these kind of features, unique features. So if you're running a run-of-the-mill steering wheel that doesn't do, like, it doesn't have anything special on it, then okay, we could possibly do something, but it needs to be something unique to make sense. Unless there's just, like, you know, that's a steering wheel that you control everything through from the steering wheel itself, so you need a dashboard to view it. Otherwise, like, the Ascher Racing has the radial dials, and it has all these little functions where you can control the settings for the steering wheel. The Grey Wolf will have, obviously, byte point. We'll have the launch control. So it'll have a few things that'll be nice to control through the dashboard. You're not needing to open software or using their dashboard to do these things. Everything will be in the same dashboard for everyone. And, of course, the idea is that I really want to start getting lower tier manufacturers, because I understand that both the Ascher Racing wheel and the Grey Wolf Technology steering wheel are, you know, they're on the high end, and if they're not on the high end, they're still very expensive. Because I can hear people now yelling, "It's not high end," or "Oh, it's not high end." Yeah, okay. I'm not talking about, like, the technology. I'm pretty sure these wheels are probably the standard of quality in sim racing. But on the other hand, their price point is so high that I want to find something that's a lot lower I want to work with a company that has some features. Maybe we can enrich those features and integrate it into the lovely dashboard. That's what I'm trying to find. I already sent a message to Leoxzy, but I haven't gotten a reply. I'm trying to find them. Like, one of the cases that I'm talking about here, literally, it's this thing over here. This steering wheel, this is basic. Like, this is a basic steering wheel. It doesn't have any features. It, like, you could probably do bite point. I don't know if there's calibration. You probably can do bite point and analog input, so if you want to have these separate or whatnot. There's not much else. It will become interesting once they finally release their firmware, because they've promised they will have a firmware that converts these into pulses. So each one of these will have a position. It won't be the same as the Ascher steering wheel. I think that's still one of the most unique features in any steering wheel. You know, controlling the position of the radial dial controls the output of buttons, certain buttons on your steering wheel. But they have promised for SimMagic that these radial dials will be switches. So, you know, depending on the position, it will send it will send a pulse, and you can basically control it. And this is something that we can use with the lovely dashboard as well. So, you know, checking out what position this is in and showing it on the dashboard as well. So, you know, I'm waiting for that to happen, and then it will become interesting. So we'll see how this works. But in general, I'm looking for more manufacturers to integrate it into the lovely dashboard. Ideally, you'd only have one dashboard for everything, you know, and just try and make the best out of it. All right, and I think that's enough for me talking. Oh, and okay, yes, one more thing. I have a note here, big note here on this screen over here. What steering wheels are compatible? So for the Ascher Racing steering wheels, the rotary dials are compatible with all Ascher Racing steering wheels that have rotary dials, except the F64 USB. All right. And second part, the settings control, you know, the bite point, analog input mode, and calibration for the clutches work for all the Artura wheels, Ascher Racing Artura series wheels, except the GT4, which does not have, the GT4 variant does not have the bite point. The reason being, the GT4 does not have the funky switches. So you don't have a way to control and modify the bite point. So that's it, the compatibility. Radial dials, all steering wheels from Ascher Racing except the F64 USB, all steering wheels that have radial dials. And for the integration for the settings of the actual steering wheel, all Artura series steering wheels except the Artura GT4, which does not have the bite point option in the settings. All right, that is the lowdown. Hopefully it makes sense. And now, what do we do now? I have nothing programmed, nothing scheduled. I could go in and do some racing, or I could go in and do some fixing. Although there's nothing to be fixed at this point. The dashboard is pretty much where it is. I added a few things last week. I hope I won't be adding anything this week. Just maybe some bug fixes. There was a bug report. Let's just take a quick look at the bug reports. So there was a bug report for the ignition off, but it wasn't the bug. Essentially, it was just a misunderstanding. There was a user that did not have the latest version and was trying to find the ignition off. Again, this Friday, 2.7 coming publicly for everyone, so everyone can have the latest version of the lovely dashboard, but coming next week there will be 2.7.1 immediately after. So there are a few things that are going to be worked on, some big features coming and some smaller ones, but there will be new updates as well. So this feature over here, this bug report, is being closed as it wasn't a bug report. And Derek Muller here has suggested some changes. Again, these changes will not take place, not in the version coming this Friday, because it's not a bug. Basically, it's just a different way of showing the colors. So I won't do that. I actually have this week a feature freeze. I cannot risk adding more features right now, just fixing bugs. So any new features that are being requested, everything will go into 2.7.1 coming following next week. So that's pretty much it. Any chatter in Discord? Anyone in chat? Iñaki, good afternoon. Oh man, I didn't see you. Oh wow, sorry for that. Sorry for that. Anything else you want me to show you? I want to do some racing, to be honest. I haven't raced at all. I installed, actually I had it, but I turned it on again. Real head motion, that's what it's called, right? Not device, real head motion. Where is it? Apps, real head motion ACC, yeah. Maybe I can do some testing with that. I'm just going through Discord. Alright. I was hoping to be at 1,000 members by now, but unfortunately, we're not there yet. There has been a huge slump. It's usually like that in the middle of the month, but there has been a far larger churn. So members just joining, grabbing, and leaving, which is okay. I mean, it's part of the game. But I'm hoping for a few of you for more permanent support. That's okay. We've got time. I want to hit the 1,000 members within June. Right now, we're at 991, as far as I can see. There were a few joiners during the stream. But anyway. Alright. One thing to note. Alright, let's go undo what we've already done with the Ascher. Ascher steering wheel, because I don't want to have my right dial to be that. I want to use it for I want to use the right dial for my map, so it's a positional switch. Let me bring it back. Right, move that to pulsed again. Right configuration. Yes, Jan. I'm trying it. Maybe I'll just go into like a session now. Just try it out. I'm trying to make it better for the actual stream itself. You know, the way it looks. And you know, I haven't tested it, so we'll see. Anyway, I just updated the Ascher Racing steering wheel. One thing you will probably need to do is restart SimHub when you make changes to that. Otherwise, the dashboard still won't know what mode it's in. Unfortunately, we need to capture the button press that's being modified. And when we capture it, we can't release it, basically. So it's always going to be like that. So you have to restart SimHub. Of course, this only happens once, like when you're setting up your wheel. You don't have to touch it again, ever. But it is something, it's good to know. In fact, whenever you're having issues with SimHub or the dashboard or whatever, just restart SimHub. It's like nothing a good old restart won't fix. Miroslav, Andreev, good evening, man. Travis, hello. That's a lot of O's. That is a lot of O's. Miroslav says, hello, Constantinos. Hope you're doing well, buddy. I promise you to report back for the lovely pit wall bug about the not showing incident count in certain sessions. Dude, I'll show you right now. You know, I'm trying to avoid racing, as you guys have already seen. Actually, let me pull it up in my browser. No? Come here. Alright, this is the pit wall. It's in my browser. I just find it a bit more responsive. And I will pull up an iRacing. Let's see. Does this thing have incidents? Incidents. It's got incidents. This is what you should be seeing. You know? Let me move it there. Okay? So this is what you should be seeing in the pit wall. Obviously, it's, you know, I accept that it's a bug. It's not working for you. Which version do you have, Miroslav? Which version are you running? This is a race session. If you're looking at top left, race, lap 2, position 21 of 21. This is a race session. The latest one. So I don't know exactly. Yeah, I don't know exactly how this is working out for you. Yeah, I honestly don't. Maybe, wait, if I go to class? No, it's gonna be the same. This thing over here is the same widget. Like, even if I go to class, it'll show the same exact thing. Again, this is information that we're getting from SimHub. So if it goes away, like right now you can see it's the estimated. In fact, this may not be even a really good replay. Let me see if I have anything better. I have no idea. An oval race. Is this something interesting to look at? Prediction plus 52, 0x, and 1.3k SOF. If I move this forward into time, no incidents. Ah, there it is. One incident. It's flashing. Plus 43, plus 62 predicts the predicted SOF. Oh, 5x, and it's dropping to plus 33 now. It's working. And this is a race session again. So I'm not entirely sure. So, Miroslav, record the sessions. Please record the sessions and drop them in Discord in SimHub telemetry. A file in the bug report. It's the only way for me to be able to replicate what you have. You haven't sent me, have you? No, you have not. I found you. You're Andreev. Good. Just record the sessions in SimHub. In my FAQ, there is a frequently asked question: how to record SimHub telemetry. If you don't know, go in there, find it, and record the SimHub telemetry and post it in there. I will open it. I will review it. So absolutely, I will take a look and see what's wrong. And in fact, I don't know if it's going to be wrong. Maybe it's just data you're receiving. So I don't know. We'll see, because you can see it's working on my system, on this. So, Miroslav, go to the FAQs. The FAQ. There is an FAQ that says how to record SimHub telemetry replay. Find it there, and it lets you know how to do it and what files you need to share and whatnot. So, just follow those instructions. Oh, yes. Good. Alex Valiquet, hi, new here. Did you create that app? Which app are you referring to, Alex? If you're referring to the lovely dashboard, yes. Lovely dashboard XL, lovely dashboard curved, lovely dashboard overlay tower, companion, the pit wall, lovely plugin coming soon. Is it working? Yeah, I can give you a sneak peek. You guys want to see a sneak peek of the lovely plugin? Well, thank you very much, Alex. Thank you very much, Alex. Yes, I have created the lovely dashboard. My job is a designer, basically, so it kind of came naturally. I love motorsports. I can't do real-life motorsports, so virtual motorsports is kind of like my exit from real life into the virtual. And yeah, putting these things together, I've created the lovely dashboard, which is almost my daytime job right now. Almost. I do have the lovely plugin here. It's not fully functional, but I can show. I'm not entirely sure if I can show it, if I want to show it yet. There's a lot going on. Some stuff are working, others are not. You can see it's right behind. You can see it right behind the screen. There it is. Yeah, it's not completely done. It's yeah. I won't show it. I want it to be in a place where I can walk you through and make changes and show you how it works. I'm just letting you know that the lovely plugin will be at first settings for your lovely dashboard. So no more JSON files, no more configurators, nothing like that. It'll just be the plugin, and it will be there. You will have per sim configurations. You will have manufacturer configurations in the plugin. So if you do own like an Ascher steering wheel, it will pop up, so you will be able to do that. And there will be, I'm not going to talk about those, but there will be a few new features that will be unique to the lovely plugin. Also, there will be new data. So because it will be a plugin, we can control the data. And when I say we, I'm just letting you know that Derek Moeller, that's inside my Discord, was recently in Discord chatting as well. He is helping me set it up. So Derek has basically built the framework, how it's basically the framework on how it should be done, like properly organized and everything. Has shown me around a bit, and I'll be working on it. So I'll be hands-on with the development of the plugin. I won't be outsourcing it to anyone. But Derek Moeller is the person that's actually helping me develop it or take it to a place where I know how to work on it. Because I'm not a programmer by profession. I do program because I enjoy programming. I think it's amazing. One of the best things you can do if you have spare time, just program shit. But since I'm not an actual real-life educated programmer, I need some help. But when someone just kicks my ass up and gets me into the right route and path, I can take it over. So that's what's happening, basically. Milas, you don't need to own a rig. You do not need to own a rig. Owning a rig is a good thing, obviously, because, you know, I own a rig. I didn't own a rig when I started. Like, my first ever rig was my office chair with a T300 and a PlayStation. So everything that I'm in here right now, as you can see, has come within 4 years. So everything. Oh, you know what I can do? Let me try this. POV camera. So I have this new thing. I'll show you here. I have this new thing, a mount here that you can take the camera off. Hopefully it don't break anything. Let me just tighten it so I can just clip this off. There it is. So doing that, I can show you around. So basically, those are my feet. Over there, right side, left side, you can see I've got a few things there going. And the top of the screen, where you have everything else, basically it's the chat and OBS. That's what I'm using my fourth monitor for. And if you haven't ever seen it, the rest of my attic, which basically you can't really see it, to be honest. yeah, anyway, it's pretty cool. And a better view of me with a better camera, right? I think this is a better camera. And I also have a few things over there. Ah, it's too dark for anyone to see. Some lights, spare lights and stuff like that, which I'm using for the videos that I'm creating. Hopefully I'll be able to make more. This was that was a nice purchase, to be honest. That little that mount over here with the little clip. You just basically just clip cameras on and off. I have one more for the mount there. So if I ever want to make like content, basically, I can use the Pro and just clip it off, put it on there, and not thinking I'm gonna lose the position and whatnot. It's always gonna be in the same place. That's nice. It's convenience, you know. I can't show you behind the rig, unfortunately, because the camera is still tethered. It's not wireless. But I cannot show you behind the rig. But behind the rig, there are two PCs. One is the gaming and one is a streaming PC. But what I can show you is... wait, let's show this. This, as you can see, is dark, but... ta-da! My pedals. And you can see the PC you're looking at right there is the gaming PC. The one right on top of it, there are two shelves, the streaming and the gaming PC. But anyway. All right. Okay, I'm gonna go and do some practice runs in Zolder. I'm going to race Zolder. I'm going to race Zolder this week. So let me let me close everything. I don't want any windows or anything open. And I'm gonna launch ACC. I'm going to do some practice runs in Zolder. Just for the lulz, no racing, nothing, just some practice runs. Let's see some racing and driving. Of course, you're gonna see me trying to race, because as I said, I haven't driven for over 2 weeks, unfortunately. Let's put something else to listen to. Let me see if I can fix the camera. Just a second. Is this sharp enough? That should be good. Well, that's pretty good. If you're wondering, these are the final stickers. So I don't know how well you can see them. These are final, but this is a batch that didn't come out well. So you can see FFB and cam are not aligned. One is too much to the side, but this is just a batch that was cut, that wasn't cut properly. But it is the final quality. I'm doing the glossy version. So stay tuned for more. All right, that's a bit too loud. So let's go single player Zolder with the Ferrari. Let's do a practice session, just going out and running a bit. Hey Milos, looks amazing. Artura and Ascher racing wheel, a Simutec Pro, and a Hoisingville pedal. So it will take a while to have them here. But you're one of the guys who are really inspiring me to get into. Oh man, I hope I'm not getting into too much expenses. You have got an amazing setup there. Simutec Pro and Hoisingvelds? Dude, I don't even have that kind of stuff. I'm still running my DD1, which is great, by the way. And the pedals that you saw are just some company out of, I think it's Czech. I think it's a Czech Republic. A company just coming out of there. Really good pedals, but they're not anywhere like, you know, brand names. They're called Sim Racing Alien. Let me load up my setups. Hey Milas, if you're buying, I don't know if you purchased the Ascher Racing using my my code. it did have a 5% off, which 5% doesn't sound a lot, but a steering wheel like this, it's around like 78 euros, which is actually pretty good. So if you're going to buy more stuff, and if you're going to spend money, head on over in my Discord. There's a support and affiliates channel where I have a list of links that some of them actually give me a kickback, others are just discounts for you, and some of them are just links to people that I actually enjoy. So if you're looking for products, you can do that. Oh, well, thank you very much, Milas. I was talking to the guys over at Ascher, and they said my code did really well. So that's actually really good. It's my first ever strategically placed partnership, affiliate partnership. Like I've got affiliates with Fanatec, 0. I've never made anything from them. With Amazon, like all these affiliates, the only affiliates that actually work, that have some return, have been Ascher Racing, which that return's gonna come sometime mid-year. It's not, they don't do it like often. I don't know, like I don't know the exact terms, but I think it'll be a good return for me. And SimDash, so the dashboards. Again, the fact that Jamie and Martin were working together with these affiliates, and I am getting some sort of compensation for these, have 0 effect on what I recommend as devices. I'm pretty sure you've seen that already. So it's like I'm completely unbiased with that. But I'm just saying, like, from affiliate point of standpoint, there are a lot of affiliates in my channel, only 2 of them actually paying off something. And again, affiliates, even in the past, because I've had like this startup, this is what I do, right? I love creating businesses, and the dashboard is turning into a business because I love creating businesses. I had this startup which was based on affiliates, and it was a complete application. I won't say the name or anything, but we did get some backing, you know, VC capital, not a lot of money, but it was like, I think it was like 20 grand, I think, something like that. And it was good, it took off, and its main revenue stream was affiliates. Guess what happened to that? It was a joke in the end. Yeah, you can't really make money from affiliates. You have to have a lot of clout. But anyway, I'm being as unbiased as I can when I'm recommending something. As unbiased. Yeah, Martin, there he is. I was just talking about the lovely stuff we're doing together, and how the affiliate scheme is going well. It's going good. Milas bought a new Ascher racing wheel using the lovely Dash code. Woohoo! All right, let me head on out. I'm gonna drive just a bit. Let me know. No, wait. I want to turn on the head thing. Real head motion. Let me turn it on. And see, there it is. Okay, so now the difference is when you're looking at it, the car actually moves. It's more like iRacing. It's more like iRacing, but I want to see what it looks like on stream. Like, is it better because now there's not so much motion and bouncing around? The horizon is a bit more locked. So the idea is I'm just gonna do a few rounds here. I don't think I'll do a race tonight, but I will do a race maybe on Thursday. Oh, this real head motion feels nice. It does feel nice, to be honest. Disregard the driving. I haven't driven for like at least 2 weeks. Martin, I also let people know, like, the whole thing that happened on Thursday was eventually was just a blown port on my USB. Everything's working fine. I actually have a new USB hub. I haven't installed it yet. So, yeah. Just a really small practice session on Zolder. I want to race on Thursday, LFM, you know. I miss it so much. I'm wondering if the Ferrari can take that curb, just go across it. Yeah, I mean, on Thursday it was a shocker. I was kind of panicking because first I didn't want anything to happen to the steering wheel, obviously. But then again, it was like, what if it's not the steering wheel? What if it's something more important? No, sorry, not important. Something more bigger, like the motherboard or something like that. And I was kind of like, didn't want that. Did not want that. So, yeah, fortunately it was just a blown port on the hub. Yeah, as you can see, everything is working fine again. Ooh, which one did you get? Did you get the UH720, I think? Which is the one I got today. It's the latest version. The ones that I have, I think it's the UH700. It's minor differences. I don't think there are anything. It's not anything important. It's just what I got. Kinda can take that. Good. And let me know how that goes with the testing. Coolio. I haven't put it on yet. I still have it in the box next to me here. Probably gonna do that either after this stream or maybe tomorrow. Although the hub still works. There's not a problem with the hub, just that one port was blown. Just for your tests and everything, the port that I was using and blue is basically one of those high output ports. That's like 2.4 amps or something. One of those is was the problem. Martin, no, I have not. It's not going to be a beta, it's going to be 2.7. I can share it with you. I can share it with you now. If you want to test. I can share it with you now. Jump on Discord. Let me just export it. And I'll share it with you. Let me get it running. Exported, I mean. It'll be the B1 variant. Good. And where's my Discord? All right. Lovely dashboard 2.7 beta 1. Martin, it is in Discord. You can test it as well. So 2.7 has the suggestions you had regarding the radial dials, and as far as I've seen, they work really well now. You remember how in the first bit someone had said there was a bug, like when you switch it, it doesn't really work, but now it just, woo, it's just so much fun. I'm gonna ruin the steering wheel, but it's just so much fun to use them now. So yeah, that's been done. And there's some minor changes and tweaks in the actual dashboard. Oh, and if you're interested, this version also has a brake migration, which I don't know why, but if you did, I think there's an LMDH, it has brake migration. It shows, doesn't have it, shows you brake migration with an alert if you change it. And in the brake balance little red box, it has a little thing, the panel underneath that that shows you your brake migration status. All right, let me get out of there and go back into driving. Sorry guys, you're gonna watch me drive for a bit today. I'll do it for maybe just, I don't know. I'll do a race with AI, I guess. Just prepping. Miroslav, I saw them. I will test them. One for racing, one for quality. I will test them. Actually, should I do it now? Jeff, how you doing? Jeff says, Martin, can you do... their question and answer regarding... I don't believe it's related to anything in a lovely ecosystem. Let me see it too. Okay, there's going to be no racing today. Screw it. I'm going to work on Miroslav's... I'm going to work on Miroslav's issue with the pit wall, and just taking a look into his data that he sent, and also looking at what Derek mentions in the Discord. Nice. Jeff, did you give up on LFM? Dude, I've given up on LFM for a long time, but it's the only thing I know how to do now. So I'll be doing LFM. They're in Zolder. That's why I attempt to do some Zolder racing. LFM is the bane of my existence. It's one of those things that I don't want to race in LFM because it's been traumatic. But then I'm like, I want to race, so I'll just do LFM. So it's kind of like, it's a mind fuck. I know. Okay, so the issue is any tournament out there. I'm having some trouble with the LED profile. Curious. What's the issue?
So here we're going to see the issue with the LEDs. Basically, the blue, green, red profiles work.
Okay.
But if I assign any of these buttons to a non-red, blue, green color, they fault out. So they kind of get frozen. So like if I go white, I think because it has to mix them, it'll freeze.
Well, this is in the general channel. It's not nothing private. This discussion, it's not private.
They're stuck on white, and even if I'm
okay, so Martin is answering that. So we'll see what he has to say. Alrighty. Yeah, their LED profiles, they have nothing to do with Lovely Dashboard. Like, I'm 99.99%. Like, I don't do LED profiles, so it has nothing to do with Lovely Dashboard. I don't think it has anything with SimHub. We'll see. Martin's gonna respond. SRA is another option, right? Jeff, you also said there's one I have to become like 50 years old to take part in that one. I'm looking forward to that. Speed Freak 19, it's still nice to see you raise, but always good to witness the brains behind your awesome, lovely infrastructure through chat. You know what? I'm thinking of changing this format just ever so slightly. I have this idea where, you know, I'm talking on stream and you guys are on chat, and as much as I enjoy it, it's also kind of frustrating because I say something. What I want to do is I want to create maybe one of these, like 3 days I'm going to be doing like the chill chat and dev stuff because I really enjoy it. But I'm thinking maybe I invite one of you, one of the members basically, not anyone from the public, like any one of the members to join me in a session, just chatting away, like actual voice, you know? Just have something that's a bit more interactive. Or maybe we can just, you know, just do sessions like that. I have no idea. Thursday nights in the US is... No, can't do that, man. I couldn't do Thursday nights in the UK. I couldn't even do the UK, let alone the US. The Warrior Series, which is now the World Series from Bongo Racing, which, by the way, if you guys don't know, look him up. He's got a bongosbits.com website. Join his Discord. Robin is an amazing guy. He dropped into the chat early on. He has this great series. I would suggest you look him up and you subscribe to his channel on YouTube. He's just doing an amazing job. Honestly, he's going to go places with his racing, and he's loving it. He's loving it. So, you know, when someone loves what they do, it shows, and definitely Robin shows. Yeah, well, Robin from Bongo's Bits had the World Series, the Warrior Series, which I have some videos on my YouTube, and they're all bad because the race started at 11 p.m. my time and ended up around like 1 a.m. And honestly, I didn't have the mental capacity to race. You can see all my races start good and okay, and these were like 70-minute, not 70, 69-minute races, not a random number, very specific. 69-minute races, and all of them mid-race, I would completely lose it. Like, I couldn't focus, it was just being tired. So yeah, there's no racing like that for me, honestly. It's got to be something, you know, close to my time zone, or, you know, 7 p.m. UK or 9 p.m. my time. That's where I want to be. If you don't know, I'm based in Athens, Greece. So I'm 2 hours away from the UK, 1 hour from Paris, and a shit ton of hours from Jeff, who's in Las Vegas. No, I did not. No, I was hoping that I was almost sure that it would happen this week. There were a lot of new subscribers, but there were also a lot of churn, so a lot of people dropping off. So yeah, I expect that. I expect that to happen. But we'll get there. We'll get there. I think we're at like 991 now, so we're almost there. We're this close. This close. All right, let me go over and download. Hello, Constantinos. The race session and the quali session. Ooh, requesting access. Andreev, Miroslav. I just sent a request for both. It says access denied. Let me know when access is restored so I can download everything. That's fine, man. You should protect files and stuff. It's all good. All right, let's go. No, I've sent a request access, so you should have gotten an email. Okay, so race is okay. Quali is not. No, quali is okay. So quali session is I have access to. Let me download. But the race session I'm requesting again. So let me download these things. Quali is downloaded. Quali. Extract all. the race ready? Yes. Okay, now I have access to the race as well. Downloading the race as well. So I'll keep these. Perfect. Going over to SimHub to drop in the replays, and we'll be looking a bit at the issues that Miroslav is having with iRacing on the pit wall. So I just copied in the quali. Let's pull up the pit wall. Let's do this. Switch over to iRacing. Let me find your replay. Was it Super Formula Lights 324 at Watkins Glen, full no loop? I'm assuming this is the one. And this is a quali session, lone qualifying. There it is. Oh, and you said in lone qualifying it shows it, but it didn't show it in the race, correct? So quali, you see them. This is fine, correct? Let me do this. So quali, it's working. iRating estimation, there is none because you're alone on track. I'm assuming that's the reason. It's a lone qualify session, so I don't know, iRacing doesn't work maybe, but incidence and strength of field is there. So let's take a look now at the race session. Oh, it's still downloading. Okay, I'm like, why? All right, if it's that, I'm telling you, I've seen it working. I didn't see any issue. Do you have any other issue with the dashboard? Martin found the TDM mode is not applied to the rotary modifier dials. What's that? Oh, you're right. Oh, wait. I think I know what that is. It's not... I'm gonna check. I'm doing two things now. Don't worry. Don't worry. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I think. Let me see if it's... If it is what... If I think folder name dash... No, it's not what I think. It's gonna be something else. Hold on a second. Wait. I got a name here. Folder name and dash name. Let me see. This might be it. I know this thing has happened before, so I'm not really concerned. It's not. I'll figure it out. Yeah, everything should be fixed though, Miroslav. Everything should be fixed though. I don't know. Okay, so I can't release the pit wall right now. But what we'll do is this Friday I'm releasing the 2.7.0 version of the dashboard. And now I have more tweaks to do because of Martin. Thank you very much, Martin. Thank you. So I will work on these, and then the first thing I'll do is, you know what? I've not worked on the pit wall for some time, so I'll be working on the pit wall. So I'm assuming also that moving your race replay doesn't really matter, because I'm probably going to see it working. 29 minute. Yeah, this is what I see. Do you see what I see? Yes, Miroslav, it's working. So I'm thinking that I have no idea. If everything else works for you, why does this not work for you? This is definitely not something I changed now. Do you have the Romain Rob? You already said that, yeah. You already have the Romain Rob plugin. Everything is there. I don't know. I honestly don't know. You do have the latest version that's in the Discord, right? Just asking, you know. Pitwall releases, it's beta 11. 11. It's beta 11. I think this is beta 12. But the beta 12 did not have anything regarding that. I mean, it's the changes here are not anything to do with that. Yeah, I think Jeff has the best solution. Just remove it and reinstall it, completely delete it and download it again. I wanted to say turn on telemetry input in SimHub settings, but you say that everything is already working, so I actually don't know. You know what? Yeah, beta 11 should work. This is basically what I have in front of me is beta 11. Just 12 has some small tweaks to it. It's not anything minor. It's not anything major. It's basically the version that I'm working on to release it eventually. So it has small things here and there. I don't know. It's working for me, man. So I'm not entirely sure how. Like, what I usually do is I ask for SimHub telemetry replay, and in most cases when I run it, I see what you see. So it's basically replicating what you have in your system. But it's replicating the data. So if the data is correct and your system is not seeing it, there's something wrong with your system. I would say completely remove the pit wall, delete it. Do me a favor, go into your folder where you have the settings files and everything. So basically go to SimHub, JavaScript extensions, and make sure you don't have any weird things in here. So you have one Lovely Dashboard settings file. Tractor, that's not... I have the Daniel Newman, and oh shit, these are very old. So TWF dash config and whatever. But you don't have any other files in here like with weird names with a 1 or 2 or 3. Just check up on those. Check up on those. Maybe there's something in there that's conflicting. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Could be. Okay, 3 files. That's good. The less you have, the better it is. Yes, I do not know. Just by chat. I would suggest delete everything and reinstall everything. Not your system. The Lovely Dashboard, Pitwall. And you have access to all the latest stuff, so it's fine. You can download them. All right, let me do some debugging now, because my friend Martin decided to give me work to do on a night like this, just when I was going to do some racing. So for whatever reason, there, and I'm just gonna pull up an ACC replay just for the lulz. Actually, no, I'll just leave your Miroslav. I'll leave your replay. So this is Miroslav's replay. If I hit True Dark mode, it works. If I hit the button, this is not in True Dark mode. So I know there's a typo. There's definitely a typo here. So there's folder name, True Dark mode is private aim state. Let me see. I have dash name, dash ver, SimHub version, position, folder name, True Dark mode. I think that's it. So this is the problem. Let me hit save. This will restart. And now when I go into True Dark mode, you probably will see everything changing. Et voila. I love it. This actually works so nice. I'm sorry, Martin. I'm going to destroy this radial dial. I love it. I love it. My God. The feeling. It's just so wow. And, you know, we fixed it. So it's good. It's all good. Thank you for spotting that, Martin. Honestly, there are so many things, like, I have actually been accused of releasing stuff that haven't been fully tested or thoroughly tested with bugs. I'll tell you something. I cannot possibly test everything that I do. I can do something and test it for something, but I can't test it for everything. That's why I want you guys. You are my eyes and ears. Martin saw this. I did not ever see this. Why? I never had True Dark mode for whatever circumstance. I didn't turn True Dark mode on ever. And it was just the variable that wasn't being passed into the dials. So it didn't work. Okay. But letting me know that I don't do enough testing, that's actually true. I can't. So it is what it is. And I can't change it. I'm doing the best that I can with the time that I have and the knowledge that I have. So if you guys come with bugs and issues, I will fix them. That's the only thing I can promise. Yeah, it's an easy fix, man, but honestly, if you didn't tell me, I wouldn't know it was there. It was just the variable wasn't being passed into the dials widget. So there it is. 'Tis working. Free dev team testing. Yes, of course. Miroslav, I'm absolutely gutted. I don't know. Like I would suggest deleting everything. Maybe even uninstalling SimHub. Honestly, I've heard it. Don't do that yet. Do not do that. Remove all the dashboards, everything. Restart your system. Put them back in and let me know. It's working. So it's kind of odd that you don't see it. Just make sure you have everything installed. True Dark mode is so nice. Let me do something stupid. Because I have time. Yeah, baby. Alright, where is it? Hold on. Let me do something stupid here. You guys like me doing stupid things, right? I don't even know what this is going to look like. I don't even know. Let me restart it and see. This is for the lols. Come on, restart. You imagine me blowing everything up again. Don't care. Alright. This is the new, come on, the new rotary dial function from Ascher Racing and Lovely Dashboard. This is the new, this is awesome. Come on, guys. You can do that. You can do that now. You can change the labels. And in the end, that rocks. This is awesome. All right, let me undo my stupidity, because no one wants this ever. But you too can do that. You too can write stories in your lovely dashboard now. Jason Rivera, hello from Spain. You're in Spain? Dude, you're far away. We're almost in the same time zone. We're almost in the same time zone, man. We got like an hour difference. What is it there? Like a 10:25 now, right? Where in Spain? Tell me, please tell me where in Spain. Jeff, I am very easily amused. Trust me. Very easily amused. Jeff is contemplating on his FPE version 2. I think it's a great wheel. I think so. I would like today I wanted to pop on the SimMagic. I'm working on the stickers. So I'm designing new stickers for the SimMagic, which are lovely dashboard stickers to go on a store, possibly by the end of the month if I can finish them and test them. And I came up here and I looked at this wheel and like I just can't. I just can't. I mean, this is awesome. I will be getting the Grey Wolf GWT-01 maybe even this week, maybe not for streaming, because I don't think I'll have it by Thursday. But next week, if I do have it, I will have it on stream. I'm really looking forward to that one as well. So I just want to see the quality and everything. But this Ascher wheel, I mean, it's how can I best describe this? You know, have you ever had food that like they bring it over restaurant, or it doesn't matter where you are, like maybe house, you know, your home style food or whatever, and you have the food in front of you, and it smells really nice, and you're like, oh, this is gonna be good, it's gonna be great food, and suddenly you take a bite and you're like, and it puts a smile on your face. That's what happens with me. Like when I have like really good food, I become happy, you know. It's how my mind works, and it's all that, those experiences. Like there's this restaurant I go to, like really good restaurant that I go to that's owned by friends now because I've been there so many times, and it's not a good restaurant. It's basically it's South African barbecue, a braai place, and the food and the spices they have is just mind-blowing. Every time I have food from there, it just puts a smile on my face. Well, that exact same feeling is when I see this friggin' wheel. I'm not even joking about it. I am not. Like, I have the SimMagic and I wanted to pop it in because the SimMagic is a very good wheel. It is a very good wheel. I've said this to Martin as well. For that price point, I don't think anyone will ever be able to unless they come up with something cheaper and better, which is very hard to do. Both cheaper and better at that price point. But this steering wheel, it really feels like the real thing. You know, like the handles, they're very grippy, sticky, but not, you know, sticky in a yucky way. The weight and everything, it's like it makes me happy. It makes me happy. It makes me compensate for the fact that I cannot drive for my life. But I have a good wheel, so it's good. It's all good. All right. I did all my stupidities and everything. It's almost 11:30. I'm going to go and do one more. Now that I have fixed the bug, I can close it and go back into ACC and do a few laps. Zolder. This is all the practice that I'm getting. Just this is funny because every single time I tell you guys, I've done any practice, and I'm not an asshole. I'm not lying. This is like, those 2 laps you saw, which was me chatting, was my practice. And I'll do a few more. That's it. That's my practice session. That's basically it. Guys, I would like to, just since you're here, everyone, I would like to extend a huge, huge thank you to Martin Ascher. He has been on top of his game ever since I met him. He's been replying. He's in the chat, supporting you guys, chatting with you guys. And this is Martin Ascher, right? Ascher steering wheels, and he's helping. I can see his passion. I can see how much he cares about what he does. So I would just like to say thank you very much for that, for joining the streams in the Discord, replying. And I mean, I can only imagine how many channels Ascher Racing has, support and everything, and yet he's there answering. So yeah, I just have to say a big mad props. I mean, it is amazing. I can't say the same for anyone else. I think it'll be the same with Federico from Grey Wolf. He is also pretty much on top of his game, but I haven't seen it with anyone else. The same level of dedication and support. Through the pit lane, drifting. Alright guys, this is just me having a bit of fun and trying to get under 130. My best ever lap time is a 129.122 here. So I don't know if that's good or not. I think we all are, Martin. I think we share that same exact thing. Like, okay, yours is a bit different than the business and everything. For me, Lovey Dashboard, it's I want to make it into a business. You know, I've got everything in my mind, but it's not there yet. But I think we share that same level. I know I do. Like I wake up in the morning and I'm thinking like, how can I make this better? How can I fix this? And it's what drives me. But I see that in you as well. And you know, I may not be an expert. I may not be in this industry for such a long time, but I do know about businesses. I know about startups. I know how to run. I know when someone is really passionate about something. You can see that, and that's exactly what's happening with you. So that's a good thing. And to put in some laps. Alright, we can do better. What does a stream look like with the real head motion app? Does it look better? Does it feel better on stream? I will be reviewing this part of the video. I want to see what it looks like. It should have a lot less jittering and moving around and bouncing. Hopefully it'll be a lot better. You know, more realistic or whatnot. Okay, we're under 130. That's good. I don't think I've ever done a 128. I did, just now. No training, dude. Really? And this is just me. This is just me. That was my best lap ever here. And now I invalidated. Oh dear. Problem. Now I can't continue racing. This is where I need to pause. Okay. Did you guys spot the problem? The alert here should flip. The letters should be in black. Alright. I can fix it. I can fix it. I have to fix it and don't have an option. So for me that is a problem. So this is why I need to race a bit more. We fixed that bit. Alright. I'm lying. You know I love this, right? Is it possible to calibrate the shifters on this wheel? Sully? Yes, yes. It is possible to calibrate the shifters. Oh wait, the shifters? I think it's the paddles. Calibrate how? Calibrate how? The shifters. There's just a click. How would you want to calibrate them? If I don't understand, if I'm just, you know, not as sharp at these things, Martin is in the chat. Maybe he can answer. But yeah, I can understand how you can calibrate the paddles, but the shifters, I don't know. Hey, Sim Racing Dan, welcome to the stream. Shifters are factory set and forget. How do you calibrate shifters if you wanted to? Like, I don't get it. Okay, what am I doing here? What is wrong? Title is right. Okay. It shouldn't be title though. When the alarm is on, what's this? Background color, PG alert. And I think the text should be alert text. Let me just test this just a second. So that's correct. And when I go into true dark mode, it's white. I don't want it to be white. It's not right. I need to find out what colors I'm using. Default colors file. So there's a UI alert text. That's interesting. Oh, okay, good. Had the wrong one. All right, so now when it's in alert mode, let me show you guys just so you know, because I don't want to be working and you seeing things that I'm seeing things you're not. So this thing over here, when I go into true dark mode, it was yellow on yellow and it doesn't look good. Now, there it is. It's black on yellow. I need to update everything and I'll be back with that. Martin, thank you very much for stopping by, man. I always enjoy it when you're around. But now back to work. And I need to make one change there. That looks good. Now I have this and this. So what I can do is either I have an if statement here that goes off with this, or I just move these below. And copy a set in here. And just use it like that. So I'll have it, it'll be redundant, but it's a lot easier than creating if statements, which can fail, or creating redundant code. So this is a lot easier to understand. Like when I'm back into this dashboard and working on it, it's a lot easier for me to understand what goes where. All right, so now it's red, the alarm, and when I go to true dark mode, okay, you can now read it. You couldn't read it before. Before you couldn't read it. It was not good. But I need to do one more thing now. And I have to go in all of these and do the same thing. So this needs to be black, but also time left goes underneath, copy it, and it also goes in here, and this will be black as well. So this was actually a UI bug. This would be considered a UI bug. When the UI has issues like this that make it, you can't really read and stuff like that, that for me is a bug. So I need to fix this, definitely. Now this, again, will go underneath. I'd rather not, but right now it is what it is. I could put if statements, you know, if this, then that, do all that, but this just makes a bit more sense. All right, let me take that off. Let me turn this off. Turn these off. Save, and let's test it on the dashboard. So, fuel. Actually, I have to click here. Get rid of that. Sorry. Click, click, click. So this all works great. When it goes into true dark mode, looks good, looks good, looks good. Get out of true dark mode. Boom, boom, boom. All right. All right. We are good. Is there anything else worth looking into here while I'm here? No, colors, I didn't change anything, so it's going to be the same throughout. Isn't that awesome? I'm so happy for that. Easily amused, as Jeff says. Wait. Now, this is the story of my life here. Every time I start racing, I stop because I saw a bug. Every single time, same thing applies. All right, let me load up. I didn't test this. That's why let me load up a car that has brake migration, so I can take a look at that if that's also okay. Come on. Where is it? Not the GTR. GTP. There it is. So this will have brake migration. And you can see the brake migration over there. If I go into true dark mode, perfect. This is why theming is so good. Building it into the dashboard when you have a proper theming system, and believe me, this is what I do for a living. So I've created like extremely advanced design system that you basically can change themes for apps and stuff like that. So that's what I do. But I somehow thought that it would be a good idea to do that in SimHub as well, and I did. But the thing is, like, when you're designing now, you're not using colors, you're using the tokens. So a token carries some semantic value. So it's like alert. Alert in the normal theme is red, right? Alert in the dark theme, in the true dark mode, is something else. It's not red, it might be a yellow. But semantically, they're all the same. So you label that item as an alert, because it's an alert box for the alarm. So you say that has a BG alert. So the background is the alert. And after that, you forget about it. I can add more themes, I can do whatever I want, and I know when I'm creating a theme, the color should be the alert in that mode, like in the true dark mode, blue, purple, orange, or red. And then, like when I did the break migration stuff here, I didn't think what color for the yellow or the red, or like if I switch it to blue, it'll still work because I'm using a token, the same token that I'm using for everything else here that's red. So it'll just work. And that's why I like it. That's why this makes my life easier, to be honest. All right, I think I'm gonna drop the stream anyway. I had too much work. I didn't want to do so much work today. All right, Target is releasing 2.7 this Friday, and alongside that, also working on the brand new, lovely sim racing store. So I'll be moving away. Actually, tomorrow morning I'm picking up the samples of the new t-shirts. There's no new design, not yet. There will be a brand new design. So if you guys are thinking of supporting me by purchasing t-shirts, hold off. Just hold off for a small time. You can go buy them now, but there will be a change in the provider. So the vendor that's actually creating t-shirts will change. And I'm getting my samples tomorrow, so I can see the quality. It's up to what I think should be the standard for this. I don't want to be, you know, cheap. So, and also the print quality. So these are so awesome, the print quality on these. I want to see if the new vendor is equally good. And if it is, I'll be moving over. And that's why I'm making a new store as well. So that was one thing. So consolidating all the US store, the UK, and the EU store into one store, a website, and also adding the stickers. So all of you that have been very patient regarding the stickers, I have the designs locked. I'm going to take some pictures and do some really nice photographs of everything and put them on the store. But I'm also working on an extra extension sticker sheet for Ascher Racing. So if you already have an Ascher Racing steering wheel, it came with a sticker sheet. That sticker sheet is very basic stuff. I'm adding all the lovely dashboard actions to that sticker sheet. So the exact same colors and sizes and shapes, but with lovely dashboard functions. And I'm also designing the SimMagic GT Neo steering wheel sticker sheet that will have lovely dashboard functions on it. So the same stickers, weird shapes, whatever, but with lovely dashboard stuff. And all that is going to be on the store. So store.lsr.gg currently should not have anything on it. Store, hopefully it's still locked. Oh yeah, it's not locked for me, but it should be locked for you. If it's not, then I've done something wrong. Let me see. Okay, yeah, it's locked. There it is. So everything will be in there. And those are also coming at the end of the month. Woot! But with that, I am going to conclude the stream saying a huge thank you to the current members. Those of you that signed up and subscribed during the stream are not listed here. They will be listed tomorrow. So tomorrow, again, I will be joining you for some live streaming of who knows what I'll be live streaming. Probably working and packaging everything, getting ready for the release. But I also plan on racing, so I might race tomorrow or Thursday. Do some LFM. I just need to race. I really need to race. I miss it. So I'll be doing some of that. So anyway, all lovely members coming up on your stream, plus Anthony Hall, Augustine Martin, Alex Luce, Brandon Hunnell, John Hart, Claudio Farfara, Cody Flowers, Corey Wise, Dan Westerman, Daniel Newman, David Beam, Enrique Castillo Bachero, Brian Spiracos, Graham Bapti, right, Jeff King, Iñaki Duranona, Alan Suzanne, Jason Rivera, Jens Bauer, Jared Davis, Stefan Malfier, Kieran Lowe, Chris Rollins, Marianne Christel, Mark Long, Michael Pagliaro, Patty Falconer, Brad Jackson, Robert Robles, Rita Bruman, Yuan Rodriguez, Sean Reed, Simon Tunin, Heiko Batts, Steve A71, Josh Fulton, Tobias Hoth, William Martin, Mark Worthington, and Mark Gale. Thank you very much for becoming gold lovely members and supporting me over and beyond. I really appreciate it. Every single contribution, I really appreciate it. It pushes this project forward, basically. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. I will see you all tomorrow. Unknown agenda for tomorrow. Maybe some racing, maybe some bug fixing if there's anything bug fixing to do. But other than that, thank you very much for joining me. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.